Hello again. Roommate is away on vacation, and just to save all of you from my otherwise nudist practitioners, I guess you could say, I've covered the camera for the rest of the time that I will be recording. So, without further ado, I have a few things to say about the core. Now, I can say that there are a small spectrum of elements that make up the multiverse, but the core has a few elements that I cannot even understand how they work, because obviously they're not meant for my side of reality, I guess you could say. But in a way, it created a lot of things and pretty much spontaneously created itself at the same time, if you could even call it that. Uh, it's if you actually try to commune with it, though, it's a little bit weird. It's like different. Let's say it has like multiple personality disorder, but it's still very much sane because it runs itself as well as other things, so it's self-sustaining. I'm definitely not going to try to mess with it, because messing with that means messing with any abilities that anyone else has in the multiverse, as well as my own abilities as well. So it's a bit of interesting little tidbit of information that I kind of picked up after saying like, okay, well, the infinite, the other energy that I was talking about way earlier, apparently it came from the core. So basically, how I can see the core and the infinite working in conjunction. Basically, the core sends energy to the infinite breaks it apart, and then sends it out into a variety of different types of energy. Basically, like, you have a crystal that refracts light from white light into a rainbow of colors. That's basically how it works. So, in a way, we can't see this energy that the core puts out until it hits the infinite, which I guess could say are, well, I can't say it's a hit precisely, because that's not really the correct analogy, to be quite honest. But I think you get the idea. Hit, send, whatever you want to call it, it is how it is. However, this is very much a, I guess you could say, different way of things. For each dimension, the core sends this energy to. It receives some back that it didn't, or that dimension or whatever it needs. So basically, they're interlinked. You could say that this also fosters different types of creation, or different types of life forms, in a way, for each dimension, each parallel, whatever you want to say. But I guess I could really say that fractal space, I guess you could say, would be the appropriate way of naming it. But fractal space is like kind of like the deeper part of the multiverse. You can't really get to that unless you start tracking energy for a long period of time, which for me took about 7, 8, 9 years to be able to get a singularity to get anywhere near it. So this is not something that can be done without lots of practice and patience. But it can be done. It's not something that's indifferent about it. But if you go for the core, well, goodbye everything that exists. If you're someone that's of chaos, oh jeez. Unless you're very, I don't know. Let's just say you just hate everything. You go for the core, that's it. But breaking the core apart, oh, I don't think you're going to be able to do that. Because you so much as touch the core, and you will become the energy that it actually allowed you to be. So in a way, it's sort of godlike in that way, because you're part of what it is indirectly. But if you do something to, well, say a hostile action towards it, of hostile intent or anything like that, it will defend itself, or indirectly defend itself, whatever it does. It does give off a warning, like, okay, you touch me, you're pretty much gonna be gone from existence forever. It's like, you're not supposed to be here, blah blah blah. And just I pretty much opens the portal, like, yeah, you have a choice of your own doom or going back to where you came from. Typically for me, I just stood there for a minute, tried to commune with it, and got a little bit confused, and I'm like, okay, this is pointless. I left. So there's that. And I don't really have much else to say about it, other than what it connects to as far as parallels. If you really feel like you can create I guess you could say, a prism sort of energy, to break small chunks of the core off, and or send some of the energy back into the core again, then you can create just pretty much any reality you will please. So that's a creator's tool right there if you want to try that. Good luck if you do.